Scott Bauer is in Chicago, senior strategist at Prosper Trading Academy. Scott, we'll come to you first. How do you see the next few hours as it's a Friday, we've now got the issue of trade and sanctions or tariffs and an uncertainty. What happens next?
You know, real interesting because it's a Friday. Typically you see some, maybe some added volatility going into the weekend with everything that's going on right now. But if we had not seen the Trump tweet last night at around 6:30 Central Time about the new $100 billion China tariff and then just focus the markets on the jobs report we got this morning, I think we'd be up, and we'd be up significantly because the jobs number we got was obviously much lower than expected, so not a hot number. It eases inflation worries for the Fed right now, and I think that would be perceived as a real good thing for the marketplace. But now you throw in the rhetoric that we saw last night. Is it more of a negotiation tool? Is it more of a tactic of Trump's to deal with China here? Personally, I believe so. So I think going towards the end of the day here, I believe that we will rally. I'm not saying we're going to be up by the end of the day. I don't think this 250-point drop in the Dow, S&P's being down 20, 25 points, I don't think that's going to hold. I think we recover. The key to remember here, moving forward, earnings season right around the corner.
Scott, how do you want to go into the weekend? What do you want the book to look like as you go into the weekend? Do you want to be fully loaded up? Do you want to be long?
I actually do want to be on the slightly long side, and the reason being is it seems that with the current trade, and you just mentioned this earlier, we've seen quite the pendulum, right, of trade back and forth here, but there does seem to be a backstop in the marketplace, albeit it might be 500 points lower in the Dow, 50 points lower in the S&Ps, but I think that we're setting up here for a rally. I think that all of the tariff, all of the trade talk is going to be settled, it's going to be negotiated, and then fundamentals of the marketplace is really what's going to drive the market. So I don't want to be massively long. I definitely want to bias myself to the long side.
All right, last question for you, Scott, then we'll let you get back to your trading. Judging by what you're saying, it says that there is still this upward momentum that at the first opportunity this market rallies.
I really do think even with all of the bearish trade that we've seen and the VIX and the volatility and the worry out there, we do have upward momentum. And again, earnings for me is really going to be the tell-all. We start that in about a week and a half or so, corporate earnings here in earnest. And I think we're going to see fantastic numbers. The one blip on the screen that I am a little bit concerned about is how the big multinationals like a Boeing, a Caterpillar, companies like that, are they going to bring into their guidance worries about trade tariffs? I don't think they will, and that's why I believe you got to lean long to the upside here because I think there's a natural backstop a little bit below in the marketplace.
Scott, we'll let you get back to trading. You've got a busy day ahead of you. Scott Bauer joining me from Chicago.